Dynamics 365 Sales CRM tutorial. Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with the Dynamics Sales CRM tool. Now, Microsoft has many amazing products, including their sales, service, supply chain, finance, and business central tools. All of these tools are going to enable you to run your business more smoothly and manage your business operations. Now, this includes Microsoft Dynamics Sales, which allows you to meet buyers and sell digitally, and you are able to grow your deals and build closer relationships with your business partners. So to get started with Dynamics Sales, simply head on over to Dynamics 365 Sales and then click on Try for free. Once you do that, you're going to have to use your email address to get started. So we're going to be using our email address and we're going to put in a basic email address. I'm pretty certain you do need to have a business email for this, but you can just click on Start Your Free Trial over here to get started with your Microsoft subscription. Now we do need a business email for this, which I'm going to put in, and we might have to use a alternative like so. So once we have entered all our details, we can proceed with our Dynamics 365 trial. So I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds for our Dynamics dashboard, and this is what our sales dashboard is going to look like. Now on your top left, you're going to find all of your other applications that are provided by Microsoft 365. Then from here, we have our basic trial features like our onboarding, and we are going to go into the top left, and from here we can navigate to other applications. Now we also have Copilot here, which we can use. However, let's focus on our main tool today, which is going to be the Dynamics Sales CRM. So starting off, you're going to find the application name. So we have our sales trial. Then on your top right, you have a search bar. Then after that, you have a basic assistant, which can help you in adding more items. Then you have your general activities, as well as different things you can add, accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunities. Then you have your pipelines. So you can click on over here to search for a specific data field. Then you have your general settings. Then you have your Copilot assistant, and then any team chats. Now, on the left side, you will have your dashboard, your sales accelerator. Below your sales accelerator, you have your calendar, tasks, and calls. Now, in your sales accelerator, you basically have a work task or a work list, which allows you to see all of the upcoming business details or where your different pipelines or deal stages are. This includes summaries, details, relationship analytics, as well as other marketing related elements, including connections, audit histories, lead agent results, tagged records, activities, and time spents. Now, below that in your calendar, you will be able to navigate to your appointments, and you can view your meetings and delete them if you want. You can also import from Excel. Then below that, you have a basic task area, and then you have your calls. Now, in your task section, you will see all of your open, completed, canceled, and scheduled tasks. Now, from here, we will actually see some of the core features of our CRM. This includes our leads, opportunities, and forecasts. So this will show you your open leads, and you can go back to view whatever item you were viewing previously. Then after that, you have opportunities, which basically allows you to view your deals. And then from here, you can click on all opportunities to view all of them. Then you can filter them out. You have a bunch of different views. So closed, lost, open, won, and default views. And then we have our forecasts. So business forecasting is really important, and Microsoft does it for you. So from here, we have the fiscal period forecast based upon your pipelines, best case, committed, won, and then forecasted. Below that, you have contacts and customers. So you can add your contacts one by one, or you can also import them from Excel or other sheets. You can also go into accounts and pretty much do the same thing, where you can create your own accounts one by one, or you can import them from a sheet. Now, when you click on your area on the bottom left, you can go into app settings to customize your app settings. This includes your lead and opportunities, as well as Copilot and more. So if you want to customize the statuses of any type, if you want to change your record type, if you want to change your productivity tools, as well as add or remove chats and collaborators, link to LinkedIn, as well as set up your sales. You also have your product catalog settings, where you can add enhanced experience for adding products. You can add family and other products. You have discount list, price list, unit groups, goal setting, forecasting, goal metrics, and more. So all of your basic primary settings that you might want to customize can be customized from here. Now we're going to go into our general app and we are going to go back into sales. And starting up, we do want to actually take a tour, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. So on the right, you will have your basic Dynamics 365 sales tour. So get insights on calls. This is what your call sections is going to look like. Manage your opportunities, where you can get a bird's eye view of all of your opportunities. Then after that, you can forecast your revenue. And then after that, you can get up and running. We're going to hide our tour and we are going to close this out. And now one other thing you need to note is that depending on the plan you have of the Dynamics 365 sales tool, your features and feature density is going to vary. So to get started with any sales CRM tool, the first thing you need to do is add your contacts. To do so, simply go into your dashboard and then scroll down. Then you're going to click on contact or leads, depending on what it is. So sometimes you just have a direct lead, sometimes you have a contact that you want to add manually. So I'm going to go into leads here and you guys will see we have some basic leads, and currently this is my open leads. So I'm going to change that and I'm going to select this from the top right and I'm going to filter this to all leads. Now once I click on all leads, I will see all of my leads. Now I can click on new on the top. Once I click on new, I can start adding my new lead. Now, if you have received a business card, you can do a quick scan and input these fields directly. However, I might have a new lead for a SEO improvement. Then I would add the budget amount. Let's say it's 100,000. Then I have the purchase time frame, so it's probably going to be this quarter. Then after that, we can add the lead source. So let's say the lead source is just word of mouth. Then you would add the personal information. So we're going to add Kelly Jones. And then the job title is maybe going to be customer acquisition. Then we can add the company name. Let's say their company is called PopMosh. Then you can add the contact details. So I'm just going to add a random email. And then after that, I'm just going to click on save and close. Now this is going to quickly create a basic lead, and then I can click on the lead over here. Once I do that, I can proceed with adding more information. So you guys can see the lead to opportunity timeframe. So we have qualification, and you can add an existing contact, existing account that this might be related to, a purchase timeframe, as well as the purchase process. So let's say it's going to be based upon an individual. Then we have the capture summary, which we can add. Then you can go into develop. So as the lead develops, let's say this is going to be customer needs, and we can further proceed. Now, currently our particular deal has just started. So below that, we can see the timeline, we can enter notes, and then on the right, we can add connections, as well as prioritize with smarter lead scores, add assistants, stakeholders, and more. Now on the top right, you will see a couple of different options for leads. So you can open this up in a new window. Then from here, we are going to proceed a bit into details within our contact and lead section. So if you open up a lead, you can see on their top, you have the ability to just click on qualify. And once you do that, you are able to directly, you guys can see on the right, qualify a lead. So account will automatically be created as per the organizational settings. You will add the contact and the opportunity will be added by default. Click on qualify on the top right once your deal has been qualified. This will get things ready so you don't have to manually put in the same information over and over again. You can just click on qualify to qualify your leads. I'm just going to wait for this to be done. And once this has been done, we can move towards our next step. Now you guys can see one has been created during qualification. Lead is focused on the topic of SEO improvement. Is any lead was created this, and then I'm just going to click on summarize and proceed. Now I'm just going to close this out. Now from here, our lead has developed. So once your lead has developed, you can move towards the next stages. Starting off, by default, you have two options on the top for a quick solution. You can add it as close is won or close is lost. Or if your deal has not been closed yet and it's still in the developmental stages, you can go into propose and you have four basic options. You can identify the sales team, develop a proposal, complete internal reviews, as well as present your proposal. So we are going to mark a couple of these complete like so. And that means your lead or opportunity has moved towards the proposal stage. Now, after that, you have your close options. So either it is complete final proposal, presented, decision date is, let's say, today. We might want to send a thank you, and we want to file a debrief. Now, until you mark this as either won or lost, it's going to stay in this developmental phase. So we're going to click on close as won, and just like that, this will be a won opportunity. So we're going to add the actual revenue. Let's say it's going to be 80K, and then any competitors or descriptions can be added. Once done, just click on OK. And just like that, your deal and opportunity can be converted. So from one lead, we created our opportunity, and then from here, we can even view our forecasts. Now, your forecast can be based upon your actual active forecast or fiscal period. Now, I'm going to go back into opportunities, and we're going to click on the top, click on all opportunities. It's not necessary that you add a brand new lead every time you have a new opportunity. Sometimes new opportunities may arise with businesses that you're already working with. So if you have an opportunity linked to a pre-existing business that you are working with, simply click on new on the top right. Once you click on new on your top right, you're going to go into contact. You can go and proceed with adding pre-existing contact. So let's say we're going to press enter to browse. And let's say we have Kelly Jones again, or let's say it's this person. We're going to add our money net is the topic. And then we can add a account. So we can enter and we can add an account, or by default, it's going to scan whatever account is linked to that contact. So I'm just going to go and maybe create a new one. I can click on new to create a brand new account, but I'm going to close that out. Then I can add a budget amount, estimated revenue, and close dates. And I can just close this out like so. So now I've added a brand new opportunity from a pre-existing lead or contact. And once you do that, you can proceed with some of the more powerful features on Dynamics 365. So from your opportunities or your leads, you can visualize your views. You can click on visualize your view, and you're able to get graphs and charts, which are going to help you in understanding where your business stands. We're going to wait a couple of seconds for this. And I'm just going to wait for this to be loaded up so that we can view this properly. And this allows you to graphically see a representative of your growth, as well as the opportunities you have closed, what would be, the valuation of these opportunities, what type of opportunities are you winning, what type of opportunities qualified or have been dropped due to a certain cause. Now, going back into our dashboard, as our data progresses, we're going to have more data bits that are incorporated within our dashboard, including work items, open leads, recent calls, opportunities at risk, and pipelines by stages. And then in your sales accelerator, you're going to find all of the work lists. This includes any potential lead that you have not pursued. So when you're trying to pursue leads, you don't have to necessarily go through the entire lead section. You can just view your work list to see where you are standing, who you still have to pursue. So we have our introduction email, call customer, thank you email, and we can set up our own timeline. We can manage our relationship by viewing the relationship health. Let's say we have this particular person, we have our introduction email. I'm going to mark this as complete. And after that, on the right, we can see who knows this particular person, as well as view our stakeholders. Now, from here, I can go into my relationship analytics to be able to see whether or not this partner or lead source is going to be opening or closing any particular deals. And then you will have your KPIs and metrics that are going to help you analyze the growth potential. Now, going into related sections, you can view your audit history and connections, agent results, tagged records, and more. Now, I want to go ahead and view our steps we've taken. So I want to proceed and I want to add something into our pipeline. I want to phone call this particular person, and I'm going to set up the date for that. I can click on due. It might be due in next week. The duration is 30 minutes. And I'm just going to click on save, and I can save this. So just like so, you're able to schedule ahead of time when you're contacting which lead, which is super helpful in ensuring that you are adding bits of information and tasks that you can stay updated on. Not only that, when you do this, you can go into tasks on the left, and because Dynamics is so well integrated, you can go on ahead, click on over here, and then you have all of your open tasks. And we can go back into tasks, and then we have a focus view, we have a Kanban view, and then we have a read-only view. You can click on task over here to start adding a new task. You can even drop files or smart paste for Copilot to make suggestions. So we're going to add PopMart as a subject, and we can add what this is regarding. So let's say this is regarding Kelly Jones. The duration is 30 minutes. Whatever the task is, I would add it here and then mark it as complete or just save it. Obviously, a brand new task is not going to be complete. You're just going to create the task. Now, the issue with tasks in Dynamics is that when you mark it as complete, it is moved to the complete section. So you actually have to convert this into a incomplete task by adding it as a brand new task whenever you mark something as complete, because it becomes a completed task which is non-editable. And you also have open tasks, you have canceled, and then scheduled tasks. So you're able to fill out all of this using the help of AI, which makes everything simpler. Once you have created a task, I'm just going to add another one, and I'm going to save and close. Okay, I accidentally marked that as complete as well. So we're going to create a brand new task again, and we're going to save and close this out. Once we do this, we can see our brand new task. Now I can go into my calendar and I can proceed with scheduling some time simply by doing a left click, and then we can set up our meeting. So we can add a certain record, can add optional subjects, locations, team meetings, attachments, and descriptions. And then you're going to click on save and close, and that time period is going to be filled out with that particular meeting, which makes it really easy for you to schedule meetings and tasks and schedule your day by using Dynamics 365. There's no special calendar integration or no special tool that is required. Now moving forward, we're going to go into calls, and from here we will see the actual start and duration of all of our calls. Now we have a focused view, and then on the top left we can have a read-only view as well. Now once we do that, we have our call history, and then we can click on all phone calls. Once we do that, we can view a related section. We were able to view all of the conversations we've had with a certain person or with a certain business lead or opportunity. Now from here, we are going to be moving forward onto the top right, and then in our top right, we can view different meetings and then schedule all of our appointments here. Now going into more details into our pipeline, we've taken a look at opportunities and leads, but we haven't taken a look at forecasting. Again, forecasting is an important feature. So if you click on the fiscal period forecast, you will see a general forecast. You can click on edit column to edit these columns, as well as edit the time period from the top right. Then below that, you have contact and accounts. So these are people that you're already probably in business with. This includes any, previous deals, any people you've worked with in the past that you're still working with. So instead of adding them as leads, you're obviously going to have to add them as a contact, because you are not qualifying them, you are not holding opportunities. These are things that are already ongoing with your business that you just need to manage. And then you have accounts, which is going to refer to the business. Now, one account can have many resource people, so you can add multiple different contacts linked to one account. You guys can see we have this account called Fourth Coffee, and then we have the phone. If you have a parent account, you can add that. Then after that, you have your relationship analytics, and then you can click on contacts. Once you click on contacts, you will be able to see any associated contacts, and we only have one. If I want, I can add another existing contact that is actually related to this business or quickly create a new one. This ensures that even during transitional periods when team members might be changing in other businesses, you are still able to stay in track, and you are able to keep track of who is, doing what. Not only that, but you can also go into related information, and then you can go into customer assets to view the assets of that particular organization. You also have swarms, entitlements, IoT devices, conversation participant insights, opportunities, managed contacts, functional locations, and more. Now you can click on Open Organization Chart to be able to view a full organization chart. This ensures that you're able to know and understand the hierarchies of other businesses, so you're able to deal with them in a better way. Now, all of this is super powerful, and it's packed in with all of the other amazing features within the Dynamics Sales CRM. So whether you are just using dynamic sales or if you want to multiply the powers of these tools, you can use them in conjunction with the other 365 tools. So if you go onto your top right over here, and you proceed with your applications, which it is being a little bit laggy today, but if you go into apps, you can explore some of your other applications, which might be included within your dynamic subscription. But you get a 30-day free trial of a bunch of the other Microsoft 365 tools. And if you have 365 tools, you're going to have a bunch of these tools that are integrated for free, including Teams. So if you're using Dynamics 365 and you click on your top right, you can view Copilot, but you can also go into Teams chat. So if you have an entire team working within sales, they can contact each other as well as make meetings, arrange everything with their meetings tab on the top right. There's no need to get started with a separate Slack subscription or a communication tool. You're able to do it all from Teams chat on the top right. So Dynamics 365 Sales is going to serve you as a tool which is not only helping you with your CRM, but it is also going to be a full-fledged team management tool. Now, if you want to do all of these things very quickly and you do not want to go through all of these options during your day-to-day CRM management, just click on the plus icon on the top right, and then you can directly create emails, meetings, phone calls, and tasks, as well as accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunities. So as soon as you have a new potential lead, you can directly click on lead and quick create. When you're doing quick create, you are able to get all of the relevant information and import it quickly without having to worry about anything else. And you can directly search in any particular table. So let's say I am searching for a potential lead and I can search for the keywords or key terms that I have. Now currently in our dynamic CRM, we cannot see any of our goals. So to set up our goals, we're going to have to go into the gearbox icon or just go into the bottom left, click on app settings. Once we do that, we're going to scroll down and then we're going to go into goal settings. And then we have the goal settings and we have our goals. So you can click on new to start adding your goals. And I can drop files or smart paste within Copilot for suggestions. So you can type in your name and then after that you can add the goal owner. And we're just going to be adding one person. Then you can add your goal metric. So let's say revenue. That's going to be our goal metric. And you can add a parent goal if you have one. So once we have added all the basic bits, we can click on save. And once we do that, we can set up a time period, target, any child goals, actuals, goal criteria, participating records, and then related fields. So you're able to set up individualized goals for individual teams as well as general business goals. This includes an element of gamification within your business, which makes your employees more interested and feel more connected to your business. So you can use these elements and set up your own goal metrics. When you're setting these up, you have the complete ability to customize it however you like, ensuring that your goals are aligned with the business activities that you have. Now, you get all of these super powerful tools on Dynamics. The price must be pretty expensive. However, if you are someone that is looking to take a look at the Microsoft plans, you can go into Microsoft.com and go into Dynamics, and you can scroll down and take a look at the pricing. So they have Dynamics 365 and the power of AI that has been connected. And if you are someone that is already using Microsoft, you will see that when you're trying it out for free, you're going to get a bunch of other applications within this. So to be able to use Dynamics 365, you have licensing resources. And if you scroll down, you can click on see pricing, and each individual tool has its own pricing. Some can be bundled together. So when it comes to the sales pricing, if you go ahead, open up the sales pricing individually, you can see you can try it for free. Then after that, it starts at $65 per user per month, where you have your core features, such as your interoperation reporting and dashboards. Then after that, you have a sales edition for $105, and this includes Copilot capabilities and record updates, email and meeting assistance. Then you have Sales Premium, which is $150 per user per month, where you have Copilot capabilities like natural language, record updates, opportunity summaries, and more. So you have these 3 plans, which are all pretty decently priced, and you can always use their free trial to check it out before you have to commit to any subscription. You don't need any card or any payment method to get started with your free trial. I hope you guys found this video helpful and you are now able to get started with Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales CRM. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or queries, you guys can leave those in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say.